Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post.
Hey, good evening, Facebook family, and welcome to another episode of Post Daily Dose with me, your trusted parenting advisor, faithful guidance servant on the healing journey. What's my name? Big Papa Brian+Post. Happy freaking fabulous Friday, everyone. Oh my gosh. So I get this little thing going where it looks like my head's lopsided from this one dreadlock. So if you don't mind, I'm going to fix it real quick. And I'm going to tell you about tomorrow. So this is actually how I tighten my hair. Hello there, Mimi. I'm going to tell you about tomorrow. I am going to be doing a parenting Q&A. Let's see. So I'm going to be doing a parenting Q&A. There, much better. I'm so obsessive sometimes. I don't like looking like I have a lopsided head. So, for the 8th grade parenting show, so if you guys have been following the Facebook feed, then you've been seeing the Facebook post from Christy. And hello there, Mimi. You've been seeing the Facebook post from Christy about the 8th grade parenting show. I was a guest on that, and the Post+Institute is a big supporter. And so tomorrow at noon, I'm going to be doing a parenting Q&A for the 8th grade parenting show. I thought I had the link, but I don't know that I didn't. So I kept posting this real long thing. So go on the Post+Institute Facebook page, and I think just sign up for the great show itself, the Great Parenting Show series itself. It's free, and then you'll probably get an email. I imagine. But tomorrow, what I'll do is I'll post it on here tomorrow before the show starts. That way you guys will have it tomorrow, Saturday, because today's freaking fabulous Friday. And I'm going to do that noon Central Standard Time. So noon Central Standard Time. Scott Badia, that's my old breakdown. Oh, man, I see Scott's name pop up on that one. King Tut, boom, my pop and lock brother. Hey, Mama, that's so Scott Badia on there. You remember my little homeboy, Scott, that went by Scott Dawkins back in the day. You know how we used to put the powder on the cardboard and get after it? That's my dude right there. So anyway, 12 o'clock noon Central Standard Time. Check the hello there, Mama Wilma. Check the Post+Institute Facebook feed sometime in the morning. When I get the link, I'll send it to you guys. So I have been getting a lot of interaction with my parents this week. And a kind of a theme came up. Thank you, Christy, for filling in last night for me. Good to see you too, Karen. And the theme is sometimes you're trying too freaking hard. And I know the dynamic. I've seen the dynamic. You latch on to the love-based model. You want to do it. You want to have your child. You want to help your child have a breakthrough. You want to get them through this trauma. You want to get them through this pain. And you just want to get to the other side of healing so everyone can feel good. Guess what? That's freaking stressful. You cannot push healing. You cannot push a child through their trauma. You cannot dictate the pace of healing. You cannot be the healing vessel that takes away all their pain and all their struggles. You can't do it. You can't snap them out of it. You can't TikTok them out of it. You can't tap them out of it. All these things, you can't even medicate them out of it. All these things we try to do to get our children to help them work through their pain. So oftentimes, if we're not aware, if we're not conscious, it becomes a reflection of our own fear and anxiety. And I know, my gosh, you guys probably get tired of hearing me say that over and over and over again. But guys, it is so clear to me. It is so clear. Sometimes our greatest efforts with our children are ones that are driven by our own anxiety and our own fears. And sometimes, thank you so much, Lala. And sometimes you have to remember, you have to understand, you are enough. Your child doesn't need anything more than you. You are enough. And sometimes just staying present is all you need to do. Just staying emotionally present, staying emotionally tuned in, emotionally connected. You don't have to have the right words. You don't have to have the right tool or the right technique. You don't have to have any of that. Sometimes you just need to stop and trust that you are enough, and this is just a crappy day, and you're going to get through it, and your child is doing the best they can. In the moment they're in their stuff, they're doing the best they can to make sense of all the garbage that is filling their brain. There's so much trash that fills your child's brain. Not good enough. Gonna be rejected. Gonna be sent away. Gonna be killed. Gonna be starved. Gonna be abused. It's a barrage. It's constant. And that makes them crazy. Crazy. Pauline says, today has been the hardest day ever. I'm mentally exhausted, trying to be the glue that keeps my family connected. Pauline. Pauline from Scotland, thank you so much for joining us. Has there ever been a song called Pauline? Because if there hasn't, there needs to be. That's a beautiful name. Pauline. But see, it was Jolene. Somebody should write Pauline. Someone write Pauline a song, please, because she has had a really hard day. Pauline, here's the thing. This is exactly what I'm saying. You are the glue that holds your family together. You are the glue. You are the glue. There's nothing you have to do. You're already the glue. When you're having the hardest day ever, sometimes the best thing you can do is get out of the house. Go for a walk. Get some fresh air. Your family's not going to fall apart because all of a sudden you take some time for yourself. You're the glue regardless. Your mom, you are a superwoman. You are a superhero in the eyes of your children. And that's why they give you so much crap. Because they know they can dump all this stuff on you. And you're going to be there. And you're going to see them through. And sometimes all the stuff gets so heavy. It gets so heavy that you question yourself. And when you start questioning yourself, you start trying harder to keep everyone glued together. But they're going to stay glued together anyway. I was talking to a mom just not too long ago, and she was telling me about a situation that hadn't even been a bad situation. You're in bed at 1 o'clock, and your teenagers just became so isolated. He's getting further. Sometimes, Pauline, when they start to, hey, Kim, all right, we like to have those good days and ignore that school crap. Ignore it. Oh my gosh, ignore it. Please ignore it. All of you ignore it. Sometimes when your teenager starts to isolate, the isolation creates anxiety. And the anxiety forces you to want to connect to them more. And the anxiety forcing you to try to connect to them more creates anxiety for them, which causes them to isolate more. Sometimes you got to let them stay in that room. What can you do outside of that room to make them feel loved? What can you do outside of that room to make them feel supported, to make them feel secure? Can you leave milk and cookies at the door? Can you just give them a little knock and leave a flower or slide a note under the door or leave milk and cookies or a plate of spaghetti? I mean, what can you do? Can you just knock and say, I love you, and keep walking? See, we get so anxious and scared that our children are going to go away that we don't realize the anxiety and fear actually creates more anxiety and fear for them, which pushes them further away. You are the glue. Be the glue, and they will. It's like there's a big magnet within every mom. There's a big magnet, and it's surrounded by glue. Your presence, if you can maintain that regulated presence, if you can be you, if you can be your loving self as often as you possibly can, that magnet's going to draw your children to you. If you can have faith in them and confidence and belief, it's going to drag, that magnet that sits within every mom is going to drag your children to you, and then they're going to be stuck like glue, because that glue's there, it's going to stick. And then sometimes they're going to pull away, and you know when they pull away, they need to pull away. But I was talking to this mom, and she told me about a situation that happened. It hadn't even been a really bad situation, but her son wanted a third opinion. And so he called and he told me the situation, and then I said, well, let me confirm this with Mom. And Mom got on the phone and she told me the situation. She told me how it all played out. And I said, oh, that's fantastic. She said, I really did good. She said, I didn't lose it. She said, I know that's why it didn't get really bad. And so she felt really good about what she'd done. And I said, that's excellent. You did do really good. Now let's just rewind. I keep saying this, rewind. You have to be willing to rewind a situation. The A to Z principle. A to get to Z. A to get to Z. Stop focusing on X, Y, Z. Start with A. And so I said to the mom, I said, when your son came in and you knew he had done something he wasn't supposed to do, and you said to him, hey, you did this, now because I think you can't keep yourself safe, it's probably better for you to stay home and not be on your bike anymore. Fair, Mom handled all that. I said, then what happened is then it's not get on the bike, and then he's arguing, and then you're arguing back. Not really arguing because she was trying to stay calm, and it didn't escalate. So it worked out in a good way, but I said, what if next time? Listen to this. So I rewinded all the way back. He comes in, you know he's been somewhere on his bicycle he wasn't supposed to do. What if all you do is give him a hug, kiss him on the cheek, and look at him and say, honey, it makes me so sad when you do things that don't keep yourself safe. And then walk away. Walk away. Why do I say that? Because we don't give our children an opportunity to experience their own internal guilt and shame and remorse, and not get so threatened and overwhelmed and shut down their short-term memories so often that they cannot learn to think. Because I said to the little boy on the phone, I said, now you know if you go down on the street, there's kids down there that get mad at you or they're mean to you. And he's like, yeah. And I said, so help me understand. You went down to a street where you know the boys are mean to you, and then you got mad at your mom because she said she didn't think it was a good idea for you to be back on your bike anymore that day because you keep wanting to go down that street. So you got mad at your mom because she wants to keep you safe? And he said, yeah. I said, does that really make sense? And he said, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Oh, it was such an honest answer. And this is just the sweetest young man. It's such an honest answer. And I said, okay, buddy, well, then I think we're good. And so they kind of wrapped that up. But then I just wanted to help Mom rewind the situation. Give him a chance. See, as moms, we hate to let our kids go. We hate to let our kids go because we know they're probably going to do something stupid. But guess what? You can't prevent that. You can't prevent them from doing dumb things. But what you can do is you can prevent stress and threat in your relationship. You can prevent that. So I just said to the mom, next time, and modify this with different scenarios. Next time, when he's done something you know he's not supposed to, give him a hug, kiss him on the cheek, look at him, make eye contact, and say, honey, it makes me really sad when you do things that don't keep you safe. And then I said to Mom also, because this is a reality, sometimes you're going to be so mad as a parent, you're not even going to want to. You're not going to want to hug and kiss, right? You're not going to want to do that. Sometimes the best you can do is just say, you know what, it just makes me sad. It really upsets me when you do things that put you in danger. That scares me. It makes me sad. And then turn around and walk away. If you can manage the hug, if you can manage the kiss, fantastic. But it's not necessary. It's not a prerequisite. It's more important that you are authentic. It's more important that you are authentic with what you are feeling and what you're communicating than anything else. Rewind those situations. Rewind those situations and ask yourself, how can I approach a situation from a place of regulation that will allow teaching and memory to be created as opposed to stress and anxiety? Even though you don't think you're stressed or anxious, right? That's the thing. We have to start catching ourselves, because we can be stressed and anxious and not even know it. 99% of the time, we're not. 99% of the time, our stress is unconscious. The more mindful we get, the more present we get, the more we're going to be able to be conscious. But usually we're going to mess up. But guess what? God is so good. God grants us so much grace, because God gives us every opportunity to rewind and look at a situation again and do better the next time. See, if only we can have that same grace for ourselves, if we can only have that same love and acceptance for ourselves, instead of judging ourselves, freaking judging ourselves all the time. Stop judging yourself. You are perfect. You're the perfect parent for your child. You are the glue. There's nothing you have to do. There's nothing you have to do. You are the glue. Now, I want everyone who possibly can, I want you to go to the grocery store, put your mask on. I want you to get a fresh pineapple. And I'm looking at, I just cut up a fresh pineapple earlier. Man, it's so good. It's so juicy. Get yourself a fresh pineapple. Enjoy that sweetness. It's a beautiful thing. I just thought I'd share that. Hey, God bless you. Big Papa loves you. You guys are amazing and wonderful. And remember, in any given situation, we always have two choices. And even though we may become stressed and we may act out from our same old blueprints of stress and fear and anxiety, we always have the opportunity to come back. We always have another chance. As long as we are breathing, we always have another opportunity. There is no end to this. There is no end to this. You may not get it perfect the first time or the second time or the third time or fourth, fifth or 20th or 100th. But you keep having opportunities. You can always stop and slow down and take 3 to 10 deep breaths, and you can choose love. And you might work a situation out in one way, and you might just look at that situation again. Look at it again. See if there's a way that you can reduce that stress faster, if you can interrupt that stress and that fear faster. All right, I love you guys. Have a fantastic weekend. Please stay safe. Please stay in your house. Don't go running out to the freaking restaurants because the freaking restaurants are open. Not a good idea. Just stay home. I'm kind of enjoying this hermiting myself. It's good for me. All right, guys. Have a fantastic weekend. Tune in tomorrow at noon. 8th grade parenting show, Q&A. On Facebook, I'll post a link before the show starts. And if for some reason I'm not able to get the link, I'll stream it live for you anyway, and I may do that regardless. All right, see ya. Have a good evening.